Greetings one and all, it is I, Kikoskia, welcoming you to the stream. The pre-stream to be exact, where you have the opportunity to get here, get comfortable, and get ready for more of me randomly stumbling around dungeons and getting horribly lost. Because let's face it, that's what happens all the time. But before I start, there is a small announcement that I need to make, and that is tomorrow, 2 PM BST. The first Animal Crossing New Horizons stream from me. It's going to be a roughly 2-hour thing, and it's going to hopefully be the start of an epic journey that will...
a pouch of gold.
Missing Discord bits. Thank you very much, Dark Dawnstar. That is so very generous of you. Thank you. Hopefully it will be the start of something great, and I hope that people that can turn up will turn up. I'll be mentioning it again at the end as well, and also tomorrow, because stuff. Taking a brief break from SGDQ. Oh, it's that that's happening. It's that that's happening. Greetings, Blizzard. Greetings, everyone. With that announcement made, it is time to try and find out what happened to Gisham after we do something else. And that is that we have to go to our inventory and do a bit of reading. There's a bit of reading in our future. There is King Edward Part 2 and King Edward Part 3. And I remember where we were. Let us scroll all the way down. And Uncle Putt there just subscribed. 10 months, 10-month streak. Hello, hello, hello. Hello indeed, Uncle Putt. Thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for being so very generous. Ronin's here as well. And everyone is here! Right, I believe we were here, right at the end of book number 2. Shall we get started? My Lord King, I am most deeply in your debt. You have done me great honour and service. If ever I can repay you, I will. Forgive my brash words and ill manners. I have dwelt among the rude and boorish, and it seems I have no father, unless I may call you so? The elf held his hands out to the boy, who placed his own in them. Edward's feeling of distaste was quite gone, as if by magic. A thought drifted through his mind, and then he released his hands and clasped Morlin about his waist. The elf's hand stroked the dark hair and clasped the thin shoulders. I thank you, my wife. After only 5 years of marriage, you have presented me with a fine son, 9 years of age. Remarkable. In fact, magical. Still scorching in the UK? Nope, it's quite a bit cooler now. That's book 2 done. Time for book 3. King Edward Part 3. Chapter 3. Lessons. The golden days passed swiftly. Edward spent most of his time in the company of his parents. He saw few other children. None at all lived in their tree. Only their wood elf host and Marlin's 6 companions. An oddly assorted, cheerful lot. Disrespectful, Edward thought. None of the Daggerfall court or servants would dare have addressed his father as these did Marlin and Lyra, with their constant raillery. But these weren't servants or courtiers, just companions. Only one was a dark elf. There were a Khajiit woman, 2 wood elves, brother and sister, a Nordic man, even bigger than Marlin, and the strange-looking lizard-like man, who spoke with such a hissing accent that Edward couldn't understand him at all. The Nordman was called Slave of Marlin, or just Slave for short, although Marlin usually called him Mats, or Mats of my slave. Mats tended the group's weapons and gathered wood for the evening fires, but it wasn't unusual for the others to bring wood. Marlin himself often borrowed Mats' axe and fetched the split wood if there was need, or if he just felt like it. They spent much of their time roaming the woods and fields, hunting and gathering produce in 2s and 3s. Usually Marlin, Lyra and Edward and Shade went off together. They carried bows for hunting. When Edward asked Marlin to teach him to shoot better, he was told to ask his mother, as she was the better shot, and it was Lyra's arrow that brought down a handsome buck, although both arrows had struck, and they quarrelled over whose arrow had killed as they ran toward the buck. Bah! Marlin exclaimed as he pulled his black, fletched arrow from the hindquarters. I don't know how I managed to feed myself before I married you. You had the companions. Aye. Matt Smith and I starved together before we met Beech and Willow. Marlin pulled out his black dagger, Tooth, and began to skin the animal's body, calling Edward to come and watch. You want to learn about animals, don't you? Live ones, Edward said with distaste. His dainty mother was ripping the skin away with enthusiasm. Such make tough eating, the dark elf said. Give me your cloak. I'll make a package for you to carry. I'm a prince, not a pack horse. You'll carry your share, or you'll be a hungry prince this night. The elf had lost his good humour. I won't. I don't want any. You can't make me. Morlin stood erect and appeared to think this over. Can't I? He taunted. Edward, please, Alira appealed to him. Tell me, Lord Prince, how then does one get the meat to one's table if one may not carry it? If princes may not carry meat, then certainly kings and queens may not. Or do princes grow out of the incapacity when they become kings? They have servants. Serve ants? What a clever idea. Only a human could think of that. Ants are excellent at carrying, I have noted, although I have not the trick of commanding them. Perhaps you can teach me. Servants! Like Mats here, Edward shouted. He hated being teased. Mats and the companions had come up, having heard their shouts over the kill. Mats? You think I cannot make you carry deer meat, yet I could command Mats to do so? Morlin stared up at the blonde giant. Well, one never knows until one tries. Mats, carry the deer. The blonde scratched his head and jaw thoughtfully. Highness, nothing would please me more. But it is a large deer, and my old wound is troubling my back. Perhaps if you kill a smaller one. Well, Prince, what now? You beat him. At what? I can outrun him. Mats, if I reach that oak first, will you carry the deer? Mats shook his head slowly. You beat him with a stick, Edward yelled. What promise you show as a healer, my prince. You will forgive me if I refrain from consulting you until you have further training.
Mayhem! Yippee!
Thank you very much, Necromancer 13, for the 4 months, 4-month shriek. $1 months. Time really flies. That indeed. I know you meant 4. Thank you very much. It is my judgment that beating with a stick will not improve Matt's back. Of course, I may be in error. Silk, you carry the deer. Me, my lord? I'm sorry, but I've just remembered that I am 4th cousin to the 5th house of Debella, Queen of Heaven. My dignity forbids that I carry anything at all. Willow and Beech claimed that a mage had forbidden either of them from carrying any part of an animal while the moon journey was risen. Prince, you are truly certain about this rule? It seems to make life most inconvenient. We could bring the wood to the deer, which will take many hours and leave us benighted here. We can consume the raw meat on the spot, but I own my belly is not yet empty enough to make that option attractive. Alira, could you help us? How do the High Rock folk get meat to the table? My lord, when I lived there, it was my firm belief that it appeared by magic. There were servants, but they were an irritating, lazy lot, more trouble than they were worth. Edward, my son, is it possible that this rule applies only in High Rock? I suppose so. Edward carried a share of meat that bent his back, but he did not complain, and so it was settled, and the meal that night was a merry one. But for several days after, the companions caught him carrying anything at all, they would inquire anxiously as to whether a High Rock prince might do so. If Matt is not a servant, then why do they call him Morlin's slave? Edward asked one drowsy afternoon. Well, he is my slave. I paid gold for him, all that Myth and I had. We came on a man beating him near Reich Pathkeep. He looked near death. When Myth and I tried to stop the beating, the man said Matt was a runaway slave, and he'd do as he liked with him. So I threw down the gold and told him he could take it and leave, else I would kill him out of hand. He chose the latter, so I told Mads to take the gold as his master's heir and go where he would. He chose to come with us, so he buried the gold with his master, and Mads has been with us since. Could he leave if he wanted to? Of course. May I go pick some of those berries over there? Edward asked, and Morlin nodded. Lyra was sleeping curled up on her side. Morlin sat next to her, leaning against the tree, his hand playing with her long dark curls. His eyes and skin were sensitive to the bright sun. Shade kept stretched in the sun nearby, his dark fur glinting with silver in the light. Edward wandered over to the bushes and picked the bright glowberries, so called because they glowed at night, although right now they were rather dull grey. But they tasted very good. If he ate enough, would he glow at night, he wondered? Or if he smashed them and collected the juice? The bushes caught at him. Then he found a sort of tunnel through them and trotted along it, wondering where it led. It ended in a small clearing before a pile of rocks. There was a hole and something in it. Edward stepped back, making a small noise in his throat. The something heaved and presented a tusky, snarling face and hooves that pawed at the earth. And I think that is a good time to stop for now, at a cliffhanger. Dun dun dun! How are you all? I hope you're well. We are, if you're curious, Tar-laax, the Argonian Arcane Skulker. We are level 5 and only 33% of the way to level 6. We have 1,877 gold on our person. We have 136 max fatigue, 107 max health, 99 maximum encumbrance, and we have all of these primary skills. Greetings, Mystery One. We have all these major skills, of which swimming is still our highest. We have all of these minor skills, and we have all of these miscellaneous skills. We have 100 speed, which means we are considered meteoric, and I think we are going to slowly start working on, was it our agility? Or was strength? We were going to make strength 70 and then work from there. I'm doing okay, Dark Jade, thank you. Just getting ready for the stream and, getting nervous about tomorrow's stream.
A treasure chest full of riches, and it's all mine! I mean, ours.
Whoa! 1,000 there from Miyamoto fan. Kiko, I've been watching since Resident Evil Gaiden of all things. Just want you to know that everything you do is appreciated. Thank you so much. You are so very generous. No, you are so very generous. Thank you so much. It is, after all, just me playing games. That's all I'm doing. But still, that is really generous of you. I'm playing this while watching Kiko's Mountain Blade playthrough. Well, I hope you enjoy it. If anyone is curious, we currently have Elven Boots. We have a Silver Cuirass, some Elven left pauldron, a steel right pauldron, a Dwarven helm, and we do have 2 Dwarven Wakazashis. I was dreaming tomorrow, what's the occasion? Well, if you check my schedule, my new little schedule section, you will see that there is, you do have the Darnit, that you do. Thank you so very much, Miyamoto fan, you deserve it. If you check, you will see that there is now the Animal Crossing New Horizons stream, 2 PM BST. Finally caught up on the VODs, really enjoyed Daggerfall shenanigans, happy to finally catch a Monday stream. Well, I'm glad you're here, Kiko. And shoot in there! 2 months, 2-month streak, Kiko 2 month, the fun goes on! Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. We have various things in the wagon, bits of clothing, various bits of clothes, I think we have a huge pile of gold in the wagon. Yes, 18,200 is currently in the wagon. And my, is it a good thing that we can't lose that stuff from, just being robbed or anything. Not a thing that can happen in this game. We have various potions. Definitely don't need that or that. That's a potion recipe. That's a potion recipe. That's a potion recipe. And the rest of it is just... oh, we can put that away as well. There we go. Hopefully it goes well for you. I hope so. I hope people turn up. I just hope people turn up. It'll be kind of a sad thing if I do it and I have like 5 people. But if that's the way it will be, then that is the way it will be, and I'll just have to deal with it. But we're not to tomorrow yet. We are still on today. And we're still here with Daggerfall, waiting for 7 o'clock because that is the official time that the stream starts. What if you get 500 people? Then I will genuinely be surprised, because where did all those people come from? Where did they come from? Where did they go? Where did they come from? Hillsfar. Well, not from Hillsfar. I doubt they'll be on Hillsfar. It's really odd seeing this live rather than watching the VOD at work. Well, the interesting thing about it, Dallas, is that I can respond directly to you. That's nice of you, Demon Dragon. You don't have to. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. Huzzah! Huzzah indeed! My throat is a little bit, sore, but I think I must have just come down with something very light. It is on the mend slowly. Hello and good evening, Kikoskia. How are you today? I'm fine, the Keel. Thank you very much for asking. It's been too long. How are you, good sir? Just a little bit of time till the next set of people come through here, but I'll leave you on for view counter. Well, I greatly appreciate that. Yes, the food was good. Thank you, Demon Dragon. Food was good. This isn't really live. Kiko just predicts everything we say in advance. Nope, definitely not true. If I could predict everything that happens in advance, I would have won a bajillion crowns in Fallout Guys. Fall Guys, not Fallout Guys, that'd be very differently. In Fall Guys right now, as opposed to the 0 that I've got. The 0. Well, there's the pity crown, but the 0. There will be squash. Well, I certainly have a glass of squash.
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
Did you predict this? Nope, did not, Dark Dawnstar. Thank you so very much. That is so very generous. You don't have to chat to be here. You can lurk all you like, Jackal. Also, no, I have no plans for Fallout streams, although I did broadcast a bit of it on my Discord earlier today. I don't have any plans to stream the game. No real plans with other streamers or YouTubers, except more stuff with Alien Cabalium. Most YouTubers don't care to want to collaborate with me. The same applies, and no streamers want to collaborate with me aside from maybe, like, Ben or Kleiker or someone at some point. Nobody beyond that. So, I am not a YouTuber or content creator, sorry there, that people want to collab with. Ever seen Trine 3? I know it exists, I've not played it. I don't own it. Not really. They don't have much to gain from collabing with me. That's the sad thing about it. I think they do know what they're missing, Data Kim. They're missing time that they could be spending collabing with someone that would help grow their audience. So, well, they kind of have to be selfish. It's their job. It's my job. Like, ultimately, if I were being truly cutthroat and mercenary about it, I would want to do everything that I possibly could to just gain more subscribers. Also, Cinder Schneider there with a subscription. Thank you so very much. That is 4 months, 2 month streak. Woo, more Daggerfall. Yes, indeed. Woo, more Daggerfall. And we have Daz Dardian gifting 5 subs there. That is 22 subs in total. Thank you so very much. Thank you very much. So very generous.
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
Unfortunately, the keel, though I do appreciate the bit, I'm never going to win the lottery. It's statistically... Okay, it's not a statistical impossibility, it's just so statistically unlikely that it's probably not going to happen. In reality, I'm not doing what I do for fame, fortune, or anything special besides fun, so maybe we... I don't know.
Mayhem!
Oh, Dark Dawnstar there as well with 4 subs. That is 25 total. That is so very... You're all just so very generous. You really are. You presume, JS Tank, that people will watch. I mean, I will be competing at that time with many other people who are probably far more popular. And more interesting. And so, I will probably lose, like I lose in Fall Guys. But ultimately, as long as you all enjoy it, that's all that matters. Still haven't heard back from Twitch, by the way. That's not happened.
Mayhem! Yippee!
And that is Necromancer there with 5 gift subs, 15 in total. Thank you so very much. That is so very generous. Thank you. Does anyone win in Fall Guys? Yes. One person wins every single major match thing. Also, someone's triggered a hype train. I wonder how that happened. Maybe it could be all of the things that have been thrown about.
Yippee!
And there is Steelbrain there that's just subscribed as well. Thank you so very much. That is so very generous. We're already at ridiculous levels with the hype train.
Behold, a hidden niche full of
and
loot.
there's 500
My
bits there from Dark Dawnstar. Thank you so very much. That is ridiculous. Thank you. We don't have these set very high because they don't happen very often.
A pouch of gold.
Hype! Oh. Hype indeed, thank you. Yeah, we don't have these happen very often, so they tend to, you did max the hype train. They tend to, get quite high already. But then again, lots of subs makes
Ooh,
sense.
A pouch of gold.
Very small hype. It is okay. It is like small hat does, Dardian. It is still greatly appreciated. You just being here is greatly appreciated. It really, really is appreciated. Small cheer for small hype. Yes, indeed. Also, we are nearly ready to go. Nearly ready to...
a pouch
So
of
many
gold.
bits. Thank you very much, the Keel. Just so generous, all of you. You really, really are. Just need to wait for 7. Almost there. It's to make up for my lack of hype tomorrow. I appreciate it. You don't have to. I believe they tend to happen right about a month from the last ones. Right about when the old gifted subs run out. Yeah, that's probably about right. We overshot. That's okay. Overshooting is fine.
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
It's the final countdown to the start. Yep, it's very nearly about to happen. If anyone remembers where we were, we spent quite a bit of time beginning main story quests, and then we got a quest to find out about someone called Gisham. Ultimately, we asked around a lot about Gisham. Not many people told us a lot about the Lost Prince, and then we got a note. The note said, if you're interested in knowing the truth about Prince Gisham, meet me at the Green Goat and the Fox and Goblin pub of Sentinel. Whereupon, we were told to come to here. This place.
Mayhem! Yippee!
And Archangel 928 has just subscribed. Thank you so very much. We have a dungeon to delve. You're so very generous. Thank you. Tar-laax, I don't like you. Common answer, to be fair. They're not wrong.
Mayhem! Yippee!
And Thrithlin just subscribed 10 months. Here for more stabby lizard person. Keep reading Gisham as Bosham. How did you find a Switch to do the Animal Crossing streams? I just bought one, really. I just bought one. It wasn't new. It's a pre-owned one, but it works. Secretly a giant squirrel? Oh no, not so. Right, don't know this dungeon. And again, that's not surprising. I don't know many dungeons. So, let's see about finding... Also, I think that was a spider I heard. I do have everything now. I have, Oh, also, this is now how fast we attack at 100 speed.
Ooh, a pouch of
So
gold.
fast. More hype! Thank you so much, Necromancer. I do greatly appreciate it. I really do. How about thee? Well, that was an Orc Sergeant, who's now a dead Orc Sergeant, which is secretly a regular squirrel. No, you'll find out what happened to the prince. You're late to the party? You've only just got here at the beginning. We've only just entered the dungeon and slew a single orc. One orc. There's still plenty more to go. Also, this seems
Mayhem,
like a new area, does it? And does Dardian there just subscribe 10 months of dungeon delving and fun and mayhem. Thank you very much. That is so very generous. Thank you. Let us go back. Also, we can run super fast now. It's ridiculous how fast we can run. This was the second. The first was the Orc Shaman that bamboozled us. We haven't had many Orc Shamans, or Orcs in general. Hello, there's another Orc. You really don't stand a chance against my ridiculous attack speed. Funny that we're both tackling a dungeon. Well, there are lots of dungeons after all. This game is... Right, let's get Prevent Paralysis going, because I feel we might need it. Couple of spiders in here. Just a few. Okay, spiders dealt with. Deal with a floating money there. Yeah, we are super fast, and this is without any enhancements to our speed.
Ooh, a pouch of
Without
gold.
any enhancements. And thank you so much for the hype train, everyone. Really, thank you, all of you. It's so very generous. We can't get in there without finding a switch, if memory serves. Without finding a switch. This must be Mordor with all the orcs and spiders. No, it's just a random dungeon. We have reached the level where we start encountering things like spiders and the like, and orcs. We haven't got any mithril weapons yet. I would not mind... Hello? You could give us mithril. I mean, that's a dwarven war axe. It's not terrible. The Dark Tower of Bosham.
Mayhem. Yippee!
And Cav just subscribed. 10 months. Thank you so very much, Cav. That is so generous of you. Cav just gives a wave. Cav is very modest like that. Also, people are now doing exclamation mark Cav. There are lots of orcs in here. And Dwarven Mace. Alright. Chain Helm, Iron Chain. It's amazing to me how similar related games are to Daggerfall in a lot of ways. They share certain things. I mean, they do have the unifying aspects of Tamriel lore and that. Also, definitely going to heal. Hoping for a right pauldron? I'll take any upgrade. Doesn't have to be anything specifically good. Any upgrade will do. Hi! That's one gone orc. This brings us over to here. Nothing over there. All these enemies is almost like we were sent here. No. It's just a place full of enemies. It's certainly a place you could send someone to die. I mean, that's not a bad line of thought. They're far too disorganized. I mean, you're not wrong, though. Someone is trying to smash their way in. Hello. It's a werewolf! Who actually didn't get a chance to hit me before perishing. Orcish is indeed a material in Daggerfall. It's a pretty high-tier material. Orcs do not by default have Orcish. It's just something we'll encounter as levels increase. Also, this leads over to there. Okay, this goes in a big circle. There is here. Oh boy! Who likes corridors? Because if you like corridors, have I got a deal for you? It's called corridors. We found more of them. Darn it. Daedric is actually the highest in this game. Daedric. There is Daedric gear. It is red in colour, and it is nasty. Yeah, Orcish and Daedra as well, but Daedra is the best. Oh, can't use that. Nope, spiders are not our friends in this game. Spiders are horrible and will try and kill us. Also, this room has nothing but disappointment in it, but then again, what did I expect? No, Orcish is not made of orc. Tar-laax could get a Daedric weapon, just a single one. Nothing could stand in our way. Oh, we would be extremely mighty. There's probably games where spiders are your friends, it's just not this one. Right, we want to go that way now. They want to hug our face and kill us. That's certainly true. There's more werewolves. And another orc. Because you may have noticed this is quite a bit similar to the place we were just in, because this is kind of repeated. This area is going to be full of more spiders. Because this is literally the same module as the module we were just in. Have at thee! There we go. The door has a spider bake cell. That is true. It does. Also, there's a formal brazier. We are not going to be taking that. Have you tried using the Daggerfall Unity? Nope. I have not. I'm fine. Okay. Didn't know I could open that, but there we go. We are past it now. You bonked it aside. I certainly did something to make it open. Right, more steel. The shaman's not sending minions. It's literally just all the enemies that have been spawned. Have at thee! We are really powerful. Although every time we get hit, there's a small chance that we could get infected. We're still healthy. Still healthy. We could save, that's a good idea. Old Dragon is here! Old Dragon brings ham! That is my hope. Ooh, this is totally a new module. Let's close the door and pretend we did not find this. Thank you very much for ham. Greatly appreciated. We've been in here. There are more lycanthropes about. The Lord of Ham has arrived. I mean, you're not wrong. They are the Lord of Ham. Also, we want to go that way if we're going to explore the other area. We have no time limit. We can take all the time we need in exploring about, which is nice. Oh! Hello. The chance of getting infected is small, though. It is small. Hello. What do you have for me? Not a whole lot is the answer. What do you have for me? Steel flail, potion of healing. What do we have? We have a cure disease spell. I don't know if it's actually going to work. Stabby stab intensifies. That it does, shamans. Thank you so very much. Hello. Ooh, bit badly hurt right now. Taking lots of gold at least. What we want to do... That is not the right spell. I wanted to cast this. Because you're going to try and attack me. Leather, steel... No. We are down here. There's a door over there. Ooh, nothing to fear, eh? May have something to fear now. Hello. Another lycanthrope. Got hit again. Just make our way around. We'll find some place to rest soon. We're okay for the moment. Oh, you module. We're okay. We're fine. It was sleepy time, and now it is awake time. We always have regen, but we do need mana for that. Not in this game, mate. They only can deal with it better. They can't breathe underwater. It wasn't modeled like that. And, MacGuffin just subscribed. Now we have a MacGuffin. We can't possibly lose. You can get the ring of, yeah, we can get a ring to counter it, but that does involve dealing with Daedra. And I'm not really going to be doing that anytime soon. I hear more enemies. That's probably not good. Yeah, there's one. The spider just died. How about they? Gone. Something's killing I feel like we're just going around and doing the same area over and over again forever. Yeah, this is... Look at that. It is literally the same area. It's the same area. That is something. That is certainly something. I think we've just looped around. Such a labyrinth. Well, not especially. Also, that is that door.
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
So I want to go this way now. Yay for random number. Yay for random number seeds. Well, it's not so random in a strange way through Thread, but thank you very much. It's random in the sense that it was randomly generated once. This dungeon, for every person that plays, will be exactly the same for every person in terms of its layout. Monster placement monsters may be different because of what level you are. But ultimately, this dungeon is set like this forever. It's never going to change. Also, that's not how you get to that one. This is how you get to that one. I'm just exploring this for the sake of completionism. Actually, I can't, because I can't get through. Is there a way for me to... No, there is no way for me to really get through there. I don't see a lever. A hidden switch where? The one outside the door over...
Rune, come quick! I found a diamond as big as my fist, and I'm not sure if it's an illusion.
Whoa, MacGuffin! First time tuning into the stream, been a fan since original Lands of World B. Thank you for the years of great That is so very generous of you. Thank you. Really, that is ridiculous. Thank you so very much. I'm not sure we're ever going to be able to get into there. Oh, that's the switch. It's that thing there. Hooray! I'm going to say that you helped me find him, MacGuffin. Thank you. Let's just deal with you. Now we can explore this area. And find more werewolves. Let's go up here first. Hello! It's a spider. I once got stuck inside one of the cages, closed the door while pressing the... Oops. that would be bad. MacGuffin was the secret switch. I'll take it. Means we have progress. Ow! Means we have progress. Also, all of these werebeasts have no... Ow. No loot. What are we doing here again? We are trying to find evidence of the fate of Gisham. That is what we're trying to do. We're trying to find the fate of Gisham. You know, good streamer, when people start renaming their Twitch accounts to, inside channel jokes? Oh, has something happened? Is there something I've missed? I'm alright, we'll run for fun, thank you. I'm well. I think we need to go to the other area and head that way. That's probably the way... Oh, there's also that way as well we could go. No, I'm afraid that's not what happened to Gisham. That is not what happened to Gisham. We haven't explored all the way down this corridor. Or worse, they became Bosham. We'll find out. Trust me. We'll find out. Nothing here. No secret doors. You're gone. Hi. Hello, magical steel staff. That's nice. Oh, you're not good to see, though. There's going to be a lycanthrope on the other side. That's what we're looking for. Pretty sure that's what we're looking for. You pick up a death certificate. Should we read it? Where is it? Here. 23 Morningstar 3E400. Castle Vogki. 2 days I was sealed within this crypt without food or water. I do not know whether hunger or poor health or one of the creatures who share this dank hole with me will kill me first. I only know that I will soon be dead, and not even my bones will remain. My hope is that in the years to come this letter will be read, and the sad story of Gisham, Prince of Sentinel, will be told. I am 15 years old at the time of this writing, and have been plagued with bad health for most of my life, to the frustration of my hearty parents. The finest healers and apothecaries in Western Tamriel have laboured over my every cough and fever, but while they could save my life time and time again, they could not improve my sickly constitution. In retrospect, I received little real affection from the king and queen, embarrassed as they were about begetting such a cripple as the heir of the kingdom. I cannot say I missed the love. I received much attention from the doctors, priests, and herbalists, constantly at court. Certainly I was not to be the sort of warrior that King Cameron was, but one of my dearest friends, a priest of Stendar, said I might be the first scholar king in the history of Sentinel. My younger sister, Obki, was the true favourite of my parents, athletic, beautiful, and charming. It is hard to think of an uncomplimentary word for her. I am resigned to my imminent death, and yet I would like to see her once again. For 6 years, Obki and I were the only children of Sentinel. 8 years ago, the Queen had a boy-child and named him Greclith, after the ancient Redguard word for strong king. Few speak that tongue any longer, but all the scholars and nobles of Hammerfell understood, and Greclith is a strong boy indeed. I have never so much as seen him cough. The king's next child, born only a year after Greclith, had even more ominous birth name, Lotum. Second boy. Perhaps had I been less sheltered, more suspicious by nature, I might have read into these nominations. Lotan and Greclin are common enough names in our family, I reasoned. Now I know that even then I was disinherited, even if it was not official yet. For several months before Lotan's birth, and over 3 years afterward, I was in the throes of a very serious fever. The doctors despaired of me, but somehow, and very, very gradually, I recovered. For the first time, and the last, I read an expression on my father, the king's face, that was not indifference. It was disgust. That was a fortnight ago. 3 nights ago I was seized by men I had never seen while I was having a walk. My nursemaid stood by watching placidly as I was gagged and tied and thrown roughly into a sack. I do not know how long they rode with me, but I was eventually left here. When I finally freed myself from my bonds, I found that I was alone. My wonders have gotten me nowhere. This place is filled with undead creatures that prevent me from finding any exit. I have no hope left, but no fear either. A few regrets. Perhaps had I studied magic instead of history and science, I could free myself of this place. One of my tutors told the story of the Underking, how he had placed his life force in the body of a powerful being, and had thus conquered all Tamriel long, long ago. Had I only had the strength of a more powerful body like that. But I did not study magic. I studied history, so I leave this letter, not to revenge myself, but as a historic document. Gisham is very dead. Unfortunately, Gisham did not make it. Yeah, that's cheerful. Yeah, there are no happy endings to this story. Gisham is gone. Darnit didn't set an anchor. Well, looks like we're walking back. This is fine. Exit is over there, so we'll just go back the way we came. So long, Bahamut. So long. If only Gisham knew recall. Unfortunately, Gisham, as he said, was a historian and not a magician. Greetings, everyone. How goes it? Awesome picture, by the way, Deus Phoenix. Truly, truly awesome picture. I want to access... No, I don't want to access the wagon here. I want to access the wagon here. Let's go to our wagon, go to our weapons, and remove lots of interesting things. Magic item, you can put that there. This is all fine. It is quite the haul. Now let's rest. There are enemies nearby. Hello? Really? You wish to have at thee? That was a poor, poor decision if ever I've seen one. Into the wagon this goes. That arrow too. But that arrow was actually stuck in us. Is there's loot suddenly nearby? No mods apart from one that Cav made. This is all pretty, vanilla, as it were. Well, vanilla for Daggerfall Unity. Full set of armor? What do you mean? I think we already have a full set of armor. Either way, to Sentinel we go. Oh, Dungeoneer. Okay. Cautiously. We have all the time in the world. And it's actually raining in Sentinel right now. We want to go by horse. There's a mod to remove the, that one tends to remove all the NPCs. And that can break some quests. The one that Cav has modifies the, NPCs instead, so that, they're still there, but a lot better. And there we go. Down here. What is a ship? You can use ship travel to go between areas. It can be faster if you Otherwise, we'd have to go all the way around. Ships are expensive. We haven't got one yet. We may do at some point. I do it more because, in general, people of all ages watch my stuff, and so, there we go. Besides, I didn't ask for it. Cav made it off their own back, and I'm deciding to show it off. This is what I most feared. Poor Gisham. As I promised, here's what I've heard about Lysandus. I don't know how much of this is secret, but I trust you. Lysandus was in love with his court sorceress, a noble woman named Medora Direni, and during the war with us, his queen found out. Queen Minisera banished... They say that while her husband was gone, Queen Minisera banished Medora from the court. My sister Obgai is queen now, part of the treaty to ensure peace, but Minisera still resides at Castle Daggerfall as a dowager queen mother. I don't know where Medora went, but I know she has an enormous castle somewhere on the Isle of Balifera. But I also heard there is some kind of curse on her, and that she can never leave. I don't know if that helps you, but that's all I know. Again, thank you for Gisham's letter. Just knowing what happened will ease my heart somewhat. Please take this broadsword as a token of my appreciation. It's a magical steel broadsword, I won't say no. They don't make it into the log? No guarantees I'll remember any of this. You're like, she's shaking her head here. She knows that I won't be able to, Griffin God apparently is raiding with a group of 6. Thank you so very much. That is so very generous of you. Thank you. We're playing Daggerfall Unity. I just did a quest for Sentinel. Now I think it is time to head somewhere else. Also, it is... we could go and check out the shops. Why not? Why not? Shops are south and west. You never know, it might end up having a magical power in it that I want. It's the only raid emote you have? Well, it works just fine. We don't have one ourselves. Throat's a bit sorer than usual, but I'll be alright. Love this pompous fanfare music. Do not fall down the stairs and break his... No, I didn't! I didn't break my ankles at all. Epic horse riding music. I mean, you're not wrong. No, he's not doing that sleeping dragon. He genuinely is concerned about his brother. Or what? We're concerned about the fate of his brother. He just wanted to know. Anything cool here? Not especially. Anything cool here? No. But I could sell you some things. I could sell you these items. I'm sure you would not mind them. There we go. We could get cooler weapons, we can get more powerful weapons. That's the main thing we want. More powerful weapons. Dwarven saber, nope, nothing made of mithril. Let's head over to the other place. Round here. Nothing good here either. There's still more though, quite a few more stores. I think this is an ingredient shop. This might be useful. Oh, this is an ingredient shop. We can make a fair bit of money here. Wagon! Presenteth all of your ingredients. So we have quite a few of them. A couple of hundred. Not terrible. Not the right door. Don't need anything there. Wouldn't mind getting a bit of stuff. Dwarven Broadsword, Dwarven Warhammer. Already have them. Dwarven Tanto. Nothing good there. There's a weapon shop down there. I could do with a weapon shop. Anything cool? I was promised weaponry. I was delivered lies. Also, there is a bank. I could see about how much a boat is. Probably way too much. Oh, bank is shut. When does the bank open? Oh, it has tiny hours. Never the mind. There is one place we could think about going. We could go to Daggerfall and see how Daggerfall's doing. I mean, we haven't been to the place the game's named after. I mean, we were in Daggerfall Province, but we haven't been to Daggerfall. Maybe we can find something there. Or we could go back to Heathar and then just do some random quests. We're not going to see the local nightlife. We would most certainly be travelling and arriving at day. We have no intention of getting there at night. See, without a boat, if we had a ship, we could take only 8 days getting there. But we don't, so it would cost us 175 gold. So instead, we are going to travel cautiously, go camp out. It'll take us a month. It'll be fine. It's cold. It's very cold. We could purchase passage on the ship. It does cost a lot of money, though. What month is it? That's the month. It's too early for that. It's actually 7 in the morning, so we're not going to be getting any of that here. You're not going to tell me anything, are you? Nope, no you're not. What about you? Could you tell me where things are? Nope. Will you tell me where things are? Hey! You're going to point things out to me. That is really... Oh, we'll point most of them out to me. Marvellous. Thank you. You're actually very nice. Could you tell me where this final armor is? Nope. Will you tell me where this final armor is? Nope. Well, what about you? Most people don't like Tar-laax. Yep, most people don't. You would help me if you could. And you're not going to help me. And you're just being rude. Nope. It's never going to be time for halt. We are definitely not going to be breaking the law. Oh, you know where it is, though. That's good. Say how much I've enjoyed your LPs through the years. Thank you. No problem, Sam. I'm glad that you enjoy them. Can you intend to get the short end of the stick? It's more the fact that our personality is 25. That's why we're getting this
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
Stuff. Tar-laax is a legal assassin. Yes, I was trained to be an assassin by my father, and I've not actually done it. Ah, we have to wait a few hours. Well, let's loiter. Well, so long to QB. Don't do anything important in the next 5 minutes. Can't promise anything. What have we got? Chain gauntlets? Yeah. Tar-laax is the worst assassin, but the best. I am a
about
fantastic
to go.
postman. You're very right. Save that one rebel noble you tracked down to a dungeon. You assassinated him pretty good. Yeah, well, he was trying to commit massive amounts of treason. It was a little different. Alright, what have you got? Not a lot that's any good. I'm being thoroughly disappointed by every single place I go to. Nobody has any good stuff. I mean, there's a golden axe there. A, Death Equals Adder probably wants that, but I don't. I just want something that's blue. And I don't mean blue in World of Warcraft rarity, I mean blue as in it's literally made of blue mithril. That is not something I can apparently open. Alright then. Not Death Equals Adder, the very same. Luck affects kind of everything. It's a bit of a mishmash skill. You can never really be sure, it's almost as if your luck isn't that high. I mean, it's also 20, but I've been quite lucky in dungeons. I mean, all this stuff I found, some of it in stores. Even if it was a steel die katana, I wouldn't take it. We specialize in short blades as opposed to long blades. And there are 2 more over there. And then we will head to the castle. Luck is still better than him asking for direct. To be fair, I should actually have more luck asking for directions. And luck itself only really minorly affects everything, rather than being something that definitely affects something. We already did finish Daikatana. Check the Game Boy playthrough. It's already done. Dwarven Mace. More Dwarven equipment. Well, I've managed to get all this stuff quite decently with 20 luck, so... I'm not going to be singing it in that tune. You can sing it, though. We got some armor. We have some elven stuff. Throat right now really isn't going to allow me to sing it like that. Not going to be singing anything right now, I'm afraid. Throat is a bit croaky. Has been for a couple of days. Nothing especially terrible. No, it wouldn't, Tengusaur. I don't think it does. Not in a meaningful way. I've already visited all these stores anyway. You can do that. I will not. Bosham just bought all the mithril items. I could see that being a thing. I could see that being a thing. Also managed to fit my head in there nice and smooth. Gonna save before we go in here. All are free to petition His Highness at this time. Do not stray from the audience chamber, lest ye have royal blessing to do so. Always speak politely to the king and queen, and above all, cast no spells while within these walls. Do you agree to these terms? Flask Lurb? What gives? Let me in! Ahem. Flask Lurb? Fine. Potato. Also, that door's upside down. I've just realised that. Fine, fine, fine. Potato again. Just checking. Fine, we'll say yes. There we go. That's what you have to do. You have to say yes. I think you can just put Y and that'll let you in. But I was being, as they would say, engaging in tomfoolery. This is Bosham when he grows up. Look at him. It's adult Bosham. Time traveled from the future. Look at that intense stare. Look at it. Look at that stare. He doesn't even need to look at his loot. He doesn't even need to hold it correctly. He's still playing. What did you miss? You missed this. Me? Help you? Ha 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 ha! Yeah, that's Bosham. Yeah, that's Bosham. Shall we say hello? My husband's poor grandmother, Nulfaga, is rumoured to be in very frail health, her once brilliant mind almost utterly destroyed. She has locked herself in her castle in the Rothgarian mountains and experiments in magical studies with no regard for her own safety. I would know of her condition, but few possess the bravery to face the horrors of her castle and speak with her. My reward for a report on her health is a short shirt. Will you be my champion in this? Sure. By the frozen wastes, I am glad to have found a champion. The name of her castle is Shedungent, and it should not take you longer than 150 days to go there. If she is insane, Shedungent may be a very dangerous place indeed. Be very careful. May Kinnereth and Mara protect you. Let's go! Jerk. Let's go! We have a quest, and you know what that means. We're actually going to do a recall this time. And we are going to travel a long way to the Rothgarian Mountains. And find Shedungent, which is way over there! It's going to take a long time to get there. There's a reason why they gave you a lot of time. We're going to travel cautiously. 48 days, going by horse or foot, it'll be fine, we'll ride there. We're not spending money to go by ship, we'll go there like this. Look at the beautiful day. A beautiful day. The mountains are in the background. The sky is pixelated. There is no sun. And Shedungent is right here. It's a very nice landscape. A real building and not just a hole in the ground. Oh, don't worry. It acts very much like a hole in the ground. Just one that we can go into. Almost felt like there was something there. Also, music's changed now. You gonna take the shortcut? What shortcut might you be referring to? I know of no shortcut at all. This is a very difficult dungeon that I cannot currently find the exit to. There it is. It's a weird one. So, this dungeon can go one of two ways. Actually, let's save in a different slot. So, this is a difficult dungeon. The first time through, this dungeon is very hard because it is a long, long, long way to the throne room, which I might add is directly ahead of us. However, there's this. Command me and entry shall be yours. Alright, people. Gonna let you guess here. If anybody knows, don't spoil it. What is the password? What do people think the password here? What do I have to say to this to get it to open? Melon, Flask Club, C4, password, cheese, swordfish, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, open, potato, open sesame. That design beneath the dragon is a flower. Please, Pokey, Bosham, do people want to know what it is? It's a good one. If you've been through this before, you're told to shut up. And you get in. There will be an explanation. There'll be an explanation. Don't fear. Ooh, Dwarven Longsword. That'd be useful if I was using Longblade. So now we head up. And there she is. Why are the people trying to kill on the other side? Because she's mad. Oh, there was a potion? I should probably go get that. Let's have a look. What potion? Not you. You. Ah, potion of free action. Could be useful. Turns out Tar-laax is abrasive personality. No. This is where you find out. United thoughts and counsels, equal hope and hazard in the once glorious enterprise, joined with me once, now misery hath joined in equal ruin. Eternal, eternal, eternal ruin. I tell the door to my soul to shut up. There's your hint. Oh, my child, why wouldst thou not listen? Thy ear, thy glorious wattled face, thy throat in the arrow, oh misery! There's your clue. So if you want to come back again, you just tell the door to her soul, or rather to her, to shut up, and then you can come in. Also, look at the aesthetic. This is a place, I believe, that was designed because it is an important plot location. Also, enjoy the statue there. It's not something that will come and get you. So we're done. That's literally all we came here for, to come and check on Nulfaga. Now we can head back. She's fine and healthy. Nope, she is quite mad. She is not healthy. She is mad. We're back. A dinosaur story. All are free to petition His Highness at this time. Do not stray from the audience chamber, lest ye have royal blessing to do so. Always speak politely to the king and queen, and above all, cast no spells while within these walls. Do you agree with these terms? At this very moment, Britannia burns. No? Fine. No? Fine.
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
She seems pretty happy. She's not. She's very upset about her son's death. Fine. Yes. You are terrible. But you can't actually get in unless you do that. I don't have time for your type. Also, no, you can hear enemies. I confess I doubted I would ever see you again. Your news that Nulfaga is still among the living does my heart much good. Here is the short shirt. It's magical, by the way. King Gothred, by the mists. Just what I need. What? Tell me about Gisham. Gisham? Let me remind you that I am nobility and you are Argonian scum. Go away. Fine. What about Castle Vokki? How should I know? Hey, you're that loathsome Tar-laax. Why am I talking to you anyway? Wow, you're rude. Any news? Everybody knows that Gavorden had a grudge against summoners of Akatosh, but now they're really going at it. Oh, really? Tell me more. Not what I know of. Where am I? You are in Castle Daggerfall, in Daggerfall. Actually, I'm the king of Daggerfall, in Castle Daggerfall, of Daggerfall. In the game Daggerfall. Hey, I heard you like Daggerfall, so we put Daggerfall in your Daggerfall so Daggerfall can Daggerfall. Also, look at my glorious chin. That is all. Anything else? Tar-laax, I do not even know how to broach this subject. I need you to promise me, on your ancestors' honor, that you will do what you can to help me, and never breath of what I say or what you see to anyone else anywhere. Will you so swear? Do we help her? Another quest. Another glorious quest. Lady, your husband is right here. No, it's fine. No one else will hear. Is this a plot? You better help her. Alright. Yeah, this is main quest. We kind of have to do it. I will trust you then, Tar-laax. The matter concerns you, my mother-in-law, the Dowager Queen of Daggerfall and widow of Lysandus, Mnisera. As mistress of the household finances, I have noticed that she has been paying for the upkeep of a fortress called Castle Necromogon, complete with a large platoon of soldiers. A short while ago she disappeared with a wrapped parcel of papers and came back days later with empty hands. She has recently left again with another parcel of letters, and my spies have verified that she has gone to Castle Necromogan. You will have to trust that my suspicion of her activities is justifiable, for I am not in a position to offer proof. What I need for you to do is to go to Castle Necromogan and find that parcel of letters, or any other information about her activities. There. Miss Sarah will be returning in 25 days. You cannot have any more time than that, I fear. Good luck. Well, great, that's not an ominous place at all. It's like Shedungeon, Castle Necromogan. It might as well be called Castle Stabio. Go away. Right, we have another quest, everyone. So, we recall. We set an anchor. Castle Necromogan is right there. The castle, So, we can get there cautiously in 4 days, which is good. It costs us nothing. We could use inns and get there in 3. Let's go. So, there's meant to be a castle here. Here's the castle, by the way. It is a mighty fortress, constructed many years ago. It has stood to this day. You know, Daggerfall are really into their underground castles. I mean, I thought it was a silly thing to begin with, but clearly underground castles, it burned down, fell into the swamp. Which one, though? The first, the second, the third? Or the fourth one stayed up, so this must be the third one. So, let's go. So I don't know my way through Castle Necromogan. I do not remember. There's a skeleton right away. Greetings! I am very powerful now. I mean, I have a phobia of undead. But you're still a skeleton and I'm a higher level than you are now. That's the important thing. I am much higher... Darn it. Just follow the skeletons.
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
Quick! Get the ribcage! Oh, I know that reference, Rithlin. Thank you so very much for the bits. That is so generous of you. Oi! You didn't knock! Name of the castle is definitely not... No, definitely not foreshadowing. I don't know what you're talking about. This place is so nice and friendly. Swinging blindly. Alright, let's keep looking about. Hello. You tried. You failed. That is a leather helm. That's a bunch of useless stuff. Should we be using a Dwarven Warhammer? I mean, we could. We could. There's one problem. Okay, our primary short blade skill is 56%. Okay? We are really good with this. Blunt weapon is 10. So, we could use it, but we are absolutely rubbish. Also, not every enemy is going to be an undead. Case in point. I do like the music for this area, by the way. I like it a lot. It's very sinister. You're going to fire an arrow at me? There's 2 ways we can do this, sir. Yup. 2 of you, eh? That worked out for you. Disclaimer. Didn't work out for you. I'm pretty powerful at the moment. But that doesn't mean to say I'm unstoppable. There are many enemies who could defeat me. She has a knife! Oh, look! It's the bat room! It's my favorite room, this. Actually, the bats are hitting me more than any other enemy so far have. That's a book I'm gonna avoid. Ooh, holy tomes. They're worth a fair bit of money. Do I want to go down there? I don't think I want to go down there yet. I think I will avoid going down there as much as possible. No, we're not even picking up that book just in case I accidentally read it. Trust me. Just avoiding that whole storyline. Also, I didn't look at any of these. No, don't want any of them. And I've looked at that. Just imagine how his face was before the renovation. Not really. One of them most certainly is not. And so I'm just not... It is not. Not the Daggerfall version. Morrowind onwards, one part of it is censored, as it were. Daggerfall, it is not. It's very much not one part of it, so as a general rule, I avoid the whole thing. There we go. Dealt with you. This is when I won't be able to find the thing I'm looking for. Man, I could. Oh no, is it this area? It might be this area. We have potions. I'm just not using them right now. Oh hi, you two can fight each other while I go back and check to see if there was a potion on that guy's body. Is this the way I even want to go? Yes, I think it was. That's pure water rather than a potion. Unfortunately, casting silence on it is not actually going to make it say anything less. It just makes it scream still. It just can't cast spell. Okay. Not a teleport puzzle. Ho ho ho. You want to know how happy I am to discover that? Hello. Discover that. Not... Hello. Dwarven flail? Not a terrible thing to find. Here a skeleton? That doesn't surprise me at all. Brick walls fill me with imminent... Those kind of brick walls certainly do. They are terrible. Underwater and teleport... Oh, hello. That's where you came from. That's better! That's much better! An elven cure is here as opposed to a silver one. Take it! That's a fine upgrade. I mean, we're starting to run out of inventory space, but it's a fine upgrade. It matches quite well, yes. It does. We just need some more elven here, and then all will be good. Oh, we haven't opened those doors, have we, at the very end? Door over here. Nothing in here but a floating thing. Up rather than down. Man, it's water and teleporters, oh my! Oh me, oh my! Trouble is before us. And it's you! You know, I don't think any of them have actually hit us with their arrows yet. There's a door here. Big pile of nothing. My favourite kind of door, he lied. I am pretty tough, yeah. Had a lot of practice being tough. Mainly by... Oh yeah, I'm silenced. I actually tried to cast a spell while I was silenced. Well, that's what happens if you try and cast spells when you're silenced. Nothing. Surprising nobody. How's our weaponry doing? Slightly used. Ooh, worn. Better switch to my left hand. We can fix these up later. Speaking of later, you know what? Actually, let's do this. Let's equip this, and see what happens. I want to... Okay, this is ridiculous, but we're not hitting. However, it's miss time! Tar-laax, the flailing Argonian, really doesn't know how to use this weapon. I mean, we're getting slightly better. This is what 10% looks like, folks. This is 10% skill. We really are just flailing blindly. Did it, though! Yay!
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
Panic through. Ah! Try using thrusts. I actually have it set to just easy attacking, so I just press once. I cannot determine where this goes. I just click and it does it. So I have no ability to control where it goes. Another skeleton. Oh, I'm not fighting you with this. Oh no. Not fighting you with that. You're dangerous. That'll get me killed. Hi, spider. Oh, new area. Don't want to explore this just yet. Do want to kill you, though. Skeleton down there. Think I'll leave you be. That's a bunch of gold. That's a small hole in the ground that leads to that area. And there's 5 gold pieces and not a lot else I want to pick up. And you know what? Now's a good time to... Actually, you know what? Now's a good time to cast a different spell. Restore stamina. And then we rest. They're worth 2,500 gold apiece, but I'm not sure we can carry it. Can I pick it up? Just. Alright, we'll pick it up. I mean, it's not like we're short on money right now. We just have loads of money. There we go. A useful ooh. The exit out the dungeon is literally here. We could dump stuff off and then go back. That seems like a sensible idea. Houses are very expensive. I wouldn't mind getting one. Let us actually access the wagon. Remove that, remove that, remove that. Remove that, remove that. Remove that, remove that. Where's our gold? How much gold do we have? Hang on, how much gold do we have on us? 7,000. Oh dear. Let's... That helps. Why keep carrying the hammer if you're never going to use it? You never know! I might. I might use it. Once. Or twice. Or thrice. I mean, I might. A lot of gold. Yeah, we're just kind of carrying something. Yeah, much like... Hi. Much like in Albion, gold has weight. And you can end up ironically getting overburdened with gold, trying to find things to... try to go to the place where you want to use gold. It's a silly system. Hello, secret door. Gold is heavy. New module. Stay out of the new module. Don't explore the old module. as a note, we could very well end up, getting... Lovely. We could very well end up getting into some bother here. Yeah, there are many unpleasant things. This is Castle Necromogon after all. Hello. There's probably someone out there who's looking at my haphazard exploration of Castle Necromogon and going, "It's just over there. Just go to the right and you'll find it." And I'm like, "But what if I go this way and I get lost instead?" Fortunately, I managed to grab on there. Why in Skyrim do you carry around a whole wheel of cheese? I mean, cheese is tasty. Better spell for this. Oh! Hi! I seem to have interrupted the Every Skeleton Underwater in Existence Club. This is not something that I'm going to be facing using my hammer, because 10% remember. Also, time to heal. Have at thee! It's 2 dead. 3! There are more of them, by the way. There are always more of them. I'm just gonna take one of these, just in case I end up needing it. You know, it could happen. Anyone over here? This is when I start running out of air, and then we get very sad. How do skeletons make noise when they have no lungs? Magic. It's always magic. The answer is always magic.
A pouch of
Go
gold.
to the Skeleton Scuba Divers Club and you'll get together. Well, it's ruined now. I've just killed them all. That skeleton noise in my ringtone scares the crud out of you every time. Well, it has a purpose. Oh, hi! Boy, am I glad to see you. He absolutely lied. So, I think we have some potions we could maybe use. Where's a potion of healing? That's good.
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
Suddenly a variant appears before. We did all this, by the way, for loot. All this for loot. I mean, icons are nice, they're worth a fair amount of money, but we ultimately did all of this for loot. The whole thing was a loot-a-thon. I mean, there's a way up we can go. Pocket change. We stole the zombie's experience too. It's a good thing we have 25 days for this castle. I'm a little worried about my weapons, to be honest. Worn and used. Ooh, I'm worried about my weapons. We may have to downgrade our weapons at some point. That's why I'm picking up smaller weapons. I don't want to lose these. With this over the loot is Daggerfall's subtitle. That's true. Also, fun fact. You can walk faster if you strafe. When underwater, this can be useful. This brings us back to here. And we can get to this room from here. This room leads to... Ooh. This way. Probably should have got my weapons repaired before I did all of this, but you know, I think I pretty comprehensively explored this area except for that pit. We can go down that pit. That pit might not be a bad idea. Pit is over there. I hear more skeletons. Oh! Well, you know what this means, folks. Where is it? It's new. Which means right now, it's one of our better weapons. How about they? Every hit we do is one hit closer to getting more experience with this. Are the skeletons ever happy? This is a good question you've got to ask yourself. Are they ever pleased? I don't think they are. I mean, we're hitting. I mean, we could train at the weapons place, but isn't this the best kind of I mean, experience while adventuring. Skeletons are only pleased when safely inside a body. I mean, you're probably not wrong. Also, it's time to heal. That was not a lot of health. I'm trying to kill it. Rest assured, I'm trying. Also, our water breathing is only just You know what? We're honestly going to do better with this. Yep, gonna do better with the dagger. Yep, honestly gonna do better with this steel dagger. Darn it. Castle Necromogarg. I accidentally pressed that. We're gonna rest. We totally bottomed up that one. Hey! We just got a level. We're gonna put it into strength to make ourselves stronger and increase our carry capacity. Also, we have reached a... 4 is fine. We have reached a threshold. We gain blunt weapon skill. Our blunt weapon skill is now 12! Also, +4 factored into your hand-to-hand weapon damage. We are considered very strong. I'll go with that. Let's explore about. Oh, it brings us to here. Okay, big loopy circle that ultimately leads to not a whole lot. We should go to one of the new modules. Well, I say new. Is it really new? Not really. It's just a place we haven't been to yet. This way. Tar-laax will never reach the might of Swolo. You are very, very correct.
Mayhem! Yippee!
I think somebody wants to kill us. That is Foxy there with a sub. 8 months. Thank you so very much. That is so very generous of you. Thank you. Oh! Not a skeleton. Not a skeleton. Well, first time for everything. That's an elven right pauldron. Yes! Now all we need is Elven Gauntlets. Slowly we're upgrading our weaponry. Also another holy dagger. Slowly.
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
I mean, the big strunk does work well with knives. Just look at, That's true. There's a big room down there. I don't feel like going down there just yet.
Mayhem! Yippee!
Just leading to an area I've already been to. Maybe. Anyway, Opportuso's there to subscribe. 6 months. Thanks for entertaining me for the last 11 years. Thank you for being here all that time. You are so very generous. Thank you. Well, this place is full of disappointment. You misheard that as elephant pauldron. Is your melee skill higher than your blood? Might be better just to punch them. Hand-to-hand is 16% as opposed to 12. So it's not much in it. There's not much in it. I'd rather improve... So, you may have saw briefly there...
Pouch of gold.
Holy dagger! You've been down there too long, Necroma. This is the Void, everyone. Say hi to it. This is where you can look at everything and see everybody. We're just poking our head in right now. There's the, skeleton. There's, a floaty thing. We're not going to stay here very long. We don't want to stay in the Void. The Void is a silly place. Instead, we'll move on. Fight you. Hi, Void. How's it going? Ah, the Void. My home. Only Bosham and cats dwell within the Void. I mean, you're not wrong about the Bosham part. Hello, you. We're just going to do so much better against you armed with this knife. A totally throwaway knife. We just picked this up. Eventually we'll win. Only one person we're up against. Come on. This is a few levels. Yeah, this is a few levels of almost new already. There are a few levels of material grade lower. This knife I have. Great. This was worth exploring. That was a lie. Someone's trying to smash open something. I'm doing better. I'm hitting a lot more often. The problem is that it doesn't deal as much damage.
A pouch of gold.
The Void is indeed a city place. Avatars and guardians everywhere. I know, it's sometimes just where you need to go, though. Also, there is a secret door over here to the left.
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
There it is. I made a phasing character once in a superhero game. She was super strength type just by using disorientation. She had flaws like accidentally getting stuck in terrain, teleport and x-ray vision, control by the GM, and as such, realized later I gave her video game glitches as flaws. That is very interesting. Thank you, Thruthwind. Thank you for the bits. Oh boy, this room's terrible. Hello. Can you give me a small weapon? Nope. That room, however, is something with a grand total of nothing into it. I think we have to go into... Ooh, there is a way... No, there is no way that way, is there? No, we're going to have to go down. No, this isn't an ebony dagger. This one is made of steel. Our other weapons were getting kind of damaged. Ooh, secret door here. What happened to the swords? They're just getting badly damaged, so I switched them out for now. I just switched them for a bit. You will perish! Nah, I'm not going to lockpick. No reason to. My lockpick is dreadful. I can't repair them myself. I would have to go to a smith. Tar-laax forgot her whetstones and repair kit. Not a thing in this game. Those are long blades. That's a shame. Oh dear. Right. That's unfortunate. We got paralyzed. Chances of it hitting me again, though, are kind of slim. Well, you won't hurt a lot. At earlier levels, this is bad. Being paralyzed is really bad at early levels. At this point in the game, it's not the worst thing in the world. Not till Morrowind could you repair your stuff. Yeah, it's not until Morrowind. Ooh, is this a new area? Yeah, this looks... Hi! I'm worried that I'm never gonna find this thing. Yeah, I can move around. I can even cast spells while paralyzed. I can rotate, I can cast spells, I just can't attack. Hello. Ooh. Very glad that's not something I can open. It's just going to lead in a big circle, isn't it? Probably. Or down. Down is somewhere it can go to. That hurt me. That's strange. Meanwhile, in Spider Room... No, that was definitely it. That was definitely it hurting me. Not that. Check for a weird skull.
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
Some orders hurt you when you click them, some really, really hurt you. Also, thanks to the bits for friend, greatly appreciated. Please just stay... You know what? Because people like the hammer flail, you're getting hammer flail.
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
How can that stone? Is it the anti-avatar Ankh? No, an Ankh is actually a very... It's a symbol used in a lot of other things. So you're getting the skeleton noises and the hammer flail? It's the best of neither worlds! Whoa, that actually was kind of quick. So, as an aside, if anybody does know where I need to go in Castle Necromogon, that would be good, because I have no idea. Our studies in the way of the hammer, they are very slowly, we are getting better. Very, very slowly we are improving. The castle is the castle's a random place. Oh no. Whoa! Actually killed you! Actually killed you! Alright. So what did that do? What did the skull do? Aside from put me in this place. Yep, floating tiger skull, it probably opened something. I just genuinely don't know what. Also, I think we've gone in a big circle. At the top of this module, it opened a trap door.
Pouch of gold.
So, we're under attack by an adventurer. What would she want? We don't know. She just wanders around, complains about being lost, and stabs everyone. I mean, you're not wrong, Nolden. You're not wrong. Skulls in this module open these wooden panels in the floor. Well, I mean, if I find the way up, that'll be great. I mean, right now I haven't found the way up. So, let's see if I can find the way up. I mean, that leads down. I don't want to go down. There is also that area over there. I'm not keen on exploring that area. For obvious reasons. It's actually going down that pit. Because I want to get down to here. No, you can simplify them. I have not. Hello. I come looking for stuff. This is probably a mistake. I'll come back later. Whoa. Never thee mind. I'm actually pretty good with this. When I hit, I hit hard. That's probably the thing. When I hit very hard. I have no idea where the quest modules are in any of these places. It'll be decent, but I prefer short blades. I can head up this way. There's probably a way up there at some... Nah, actually I can just climb up, can't I? Why levitate when I can climb? Becoming? We've been quite strong since the beginning. What do you think, folks? You think there's a secret here? With a switch? You think that switch might have done something? It might have done something. Hello. Have at thee! I'm slowly becoming more skilled with this thing. Very slowly. But I'm doing it. Also, Elven Shortblade. Very nice. Reminds you a bit of the Kingsfield games. There are some similarities in appearance. Right. There are some doors. And a statue. Oh no. It's this room. So this room's awful. Yeah, might be worth using that short blade now. Yeah, I'm thinking that. Where is it? There it is. Elven shortsword. I can't guarantee anything, Nolden. Maybe, maybe not. How do I open these? I'll save. I don't know how to open it, though. Yep, that worked. That unleashed a swarm of bats. I don't know if I wanted to unleash a swarm of bats, but I did. Oh, and a spider. They're going to fight each other, by the way. I will take advantage of that. You go get 'em, bat! I'm rooting for you. Hey! Totally won. Well done, Fred. Your reward was getting stabbed. So... there was nothing in any of these apart from loot. Fair enough. And in here there is nothing but loot. Alright, so nothing in this entire module slash area worth looking at whatsoever. Nothing. That leads back to an area I haven't... does it? Yes, it does. It does. What's even our quest here? We need to find either somebody carrying evidence or evidence of something suspicious.
A pouch of
Every
gold.
so in Japan, there are just like spider webs everywhere. Thankfully, native Japanese spiders are apparently all harmless, but you got big garden spiders and massive web colonies all over. That sounds pretty cool. Thank you for the info. That does sound neat. Could go over there. I'm going to explore around here first. You want to go over there? Alright. Up here. Apparently this may be the way I need to go. Oh yes, giant hornets. Hello, bat. That is gone. I was actually going the right way. Have I deviated to the wrong way? could have deviated. Door's open. This room's disappointing. No, I don't think it would. That would be pretty terrible. It's alright. We're slowly making headway.
Ooh, a pouch of gold.
Dungeons! Thank you very much, Cleverly Blonde. Thank you. Your bits are greatly appreciated, as is the company of all of you here. All 215 of you. Yikes. That's a lot of people. It's more than 3. It's a lot more than 3. Right, over here and over there will lead to new locations. Always methodically explore new... Well, when you find enemies, you found a new location. And that's always good. Okay, what's over there first? The answer is a door. In here's a skeleton that is soon going to face the wrath of weapon. Daggerfall experience is complete without getting lost. I mean, I'm already getting lost, and thank you, Cleverly Blonde, for the 5 gift subs. 37 in total. You are so generous. You're all so generous with your time and your subs and everything. Also, potion of fire resistance. We might need that. Also, there is nothing in here but disappointment. So, back round here and up there. Round the corner. This appears to be leading to a... I kind of regret opening this area up. Someone had a skeleton in the closet. Literally. That leads... up? Well, we can head up. I think the person in there is going to say hi. I think I know who that person is as well. It's our happy neighborhood skeleton. There's no guarantee this is actually going to be what we want. Oh, man opened. Have at thee! It just wants to give me hugs. No, it wants to try and kill me. Case in point, it's trying to kill me. Fortunately, the keyword here is trying to kill me. It's actually doing a pretty decent job of trying to kill me. In before Bosham is behind a door. Level 1, these guys are awful. Yeah, because skeletons are... yeah, I think that's a good yeah, that's good. That's great. Great place. What are you doing here? So I feel like resting. Yeah. Good idea. So there are 2 skeletons up there now, just hanging around, saying hi.
Ooh, a pouch of
Kikoskia is there. Nope, yet, no, I'm out. Yep. Cast magic on them. 5 fireballs up there. Ranged weapons. Oh, you presume I use ranged weapons. Disclaimer, I do not use ranged weapons. I mean, I'd rather not fight both of them at once. But if you want me to fight you both, this seems to be working pretty well. Just Tar-laax levitating in the hole here while we have at thee. I mean, we're slowly getting better with this weapon. I do have magic items. I'm not sure I'm going to need them, though. You're partially glitched into that... Thank you. Into that... Ooh, nice bit of loot. Also, a potion of shadow form. And... rubbish. Anything cool in here? No. Really, really no. So that was a place. Someone in the castle. I bet Tar-laax right now just noticed some skeletons running in, yelling charge. Tar just now, run! You're not wrong. Run was definitely the word. Also, we could have just come here without levitating. Darn it. Oh, hi. You know, just for the fun of it. It didn't kill you, but it was fun to do. Nope. Nothing there. Has a floor hatch, leads the potential loot spot that has the single most frustrating point. Likely scared him. Oh, it probably scared him a lot. Hi. I'm silenced, everyone. He learned, much to his regret, that that does not do very much against me. Okay, trapdoor is open. We probably did that. This bat is indestructible. Bat is no longer indestructible. Thank you. That looks like what we're looking for. A random piece of paper in addition to all of the bits of loot? There it is. First, ooh, holy tomes. The letters are badly burnt, but some words can still be read. What saith us? Shall we read these? Let's read it. First page. Been from thee too long, my heart doth. You loveth my lips, but forget the words they breath. She doth suspect you cuckold her, and I worship and adore all parts of thee, but thy hollow crown and thy hollow wedding ring, those two empty circles that trap and bring thee pain, and I be so vain to be Lysandus Medora evermore. This is Medora evermore. Body and sip nectar from thy hand, love 'em forever. Irks. But they did assume the worst of a settlement, even after all the stallion orcs had been killed and the for mare orcs are seldom weaker than stallion orcs in an only old and sick remained in the rude camp. Who could speak base Cyrodiil? Eden begged for mercy for the children, but Prince Claeus said that the children would grow strong and hearty, and only an unwise leader would show mercy to the subhumans. He gave his men leave to make sport with killing the children, and they were all murdered in ways that I cannot pen. I witnessed it, my lady, and though I beg your pardon, your father did great evil, that the shame of mine that I didn't say no. Shame to all. Shall abandon mine responsibilities. You and together. The rest of the world be damned. Let me put this, Bettany behind. I shall crush them at Singain. During dead. No one will suspect that a king would give up. So, it's not, in Daggerfall, orcs are not considered an actual official race of Tamriel. They are considered, not much better than Daedric creatures and are pretty much killed wherever they're seen. It's not until the events that happen around Daggerfall and afterwards that orcs are considered an actual race that should be treated as an equal. Yeah, orcs have a bad time. We're going to be interacting with orcs eventually, because we have to talk to one in particular. One in particular. In the mighty Orsinium. But we are not in the mighty Orsinium yet. And speaking of the mighty Orsinium, we're out of here. With a crack of the whip, we are back in Daggerfall, and my am I glad it's the middle of the day. In fact, it's just before lunch. All are free to petition his highness at this time. Do not stray from the audience chamber, lest ye have royal blessing to do so. Always speak politely to the king and queen, and above all, cast no spells while within these walls. Do ye agree with these terms? You know what? I've been looking for a use for that ever since I played that game, and it's never found any use. Ever. Alright, fine. What do I say here? Maybe? Not even that. Fine. Let's go. I despise your kind. Just go away. Fine. Oh, Cirrus, but I want to get ye flask. How very sad. To be honest, this is not what I expected the letters to contain. Poor Minisera. Everyone at court knows that her husband, the late King Lysandus, preferred the face and form of another woman to her, but she still attempts to hide all evidence of it. Her loyalty to Lysandus is almost as great as his foolish loyalty to the Emperor. And those poor little children, how dreadful the butchery of the innocents. We know the barbarism of the orcs, but surely they did not deserve that. Hardly surprising that Minisera did not want it known that her father was responsible for such a grotesque enterprise. Well, I thank you, Tar-laax, for your valour and your discretion. Please accept this small token of my esteem, not as a payment, but as a gift. May Dibella bless thee. As a note, we actually worship Dibella, so we get along quite well with her in that regard. Damn the dragon, it's you. What is it? Any news? The Mages Guild just executed old Theoden Buckingston for claiming to have discovered the long-lost location of the Staff of Magnus. Poor deluded mage. Where's Gisham? I don't know less about Gisham. Take your peasant feet away from my noble person. We're just not going to get a good time in terms of getting information, are we? No, we are not. I don't think there's anyone else here I can really talk to that will give me a quest or anything. Anyway, we don't want a quest right now. What we want to do right now is we want to go and sell things. And we want to go and get our stuff repaired. So let's go to the Vintage Smith. Also, yeah, that's fine. Let's go to the Vintage Smith, get things repaired, go to the Fighters Guild, and get our stuff repaired there, as it'll be cheaper in the Fighters Guild. Fighters Guild is over there, it's not that far away. Daggerfall is a very good city for doing lots of stuff in. Also, it's not snowing. It is not snowing. Epic music ensues. It's pretty epic.
Mayhem! Yippee!
And El Niso Gaio just subscribed. Thank you so very much. 10 months now. That is so very generous of you. It really is. Let us, too far away. Oh, no wonder it didn't open. I was just too far away. Any nice stuff? Mithril? Please? Why, elven stuff would be cool. No. Alright. Sell stuff. Sell this, sell that, sell this, sell that. Sell this, sell that. Wagon time. Sell this, sell this, sell that. Good. We can check the other stores before we go and get our stuff fixed. Don't want a general location. There's one here. We do have lots of money. We have, seeing how that longsword is getting sold, well, we're not good at it. We're much better with short blades. Dwarven is better than Elvish. It is. Nothing cool here. Dwarven Daikatana, if we were using long blades, that'd be fine. Yes! That That's an upgrade. Shiny golden shoes! Gah! Shiny golden shoes! Those are expensive! But sure! As a note, by the way, I really like in Ultima all the golden armors. They look very silly, but we have tons of money. That's worth getting. The defensive upgrade is worth it. Tap your heels together. I'm not going to get anywhere by tapping my heels together. Hopefully worth it. Definitely worth it. They're an upgrade. Any upgrade is worth it. We just haven't found anything made of... We still have tons of money. Thing is, if we go to the wagon... We don't have much money on us right now, but in the wagon is 24,200 gold. 24,200 gold. So suffice it to say, we still have a lot of money. We just have a little less money now. The wagon is laden with gold. We've just been selling things as we've been going along. Stuff we didn't need. That's how we got rich, just selling random things. Nothing cool in any of these. Oh. Sandstar would be very jealous. You are not wrong. Sandstar would be super jealous. Did you see Elven Gauntlets? I think they were chain. I mean, I'll double check, but I think they were chain. Those are chain. And those are chain. They just look cool, but they are unfortunately chain. Fortunately, no one can steal the card. It's physically a part of us in a way. It was worth double checking. I apologise. The chat is in the best place it can generally be. Not a lot of stuff tends to be over there. No, just normal chain. There is no elven chain in this. There's just chain, and then other stuff. And here are the two smithies that are literally competing with each other. Because they're across the road from each other. Steel... No. Elven Gauntlets would be nice, but I don't think we're going to get that luck. No, we're not getting that. General stores, however, could end up having the thing we want. And pawn shops. Oh, there's a lot of these. But you're not even going to tell me about any of them. Problem is, there are stores everywhere, but we should really focus on what we need to be doing, which is going to the Fighters Guild, which is up here. I'm not going to mod any more armor types in. The armor types that are in the game are fine. Generally, when I play games, I tend not to mod things. I tend to leave them as vanilla as possible. I like the vanilla experience. Okay. Let's pass these things over to you. Congratulations, Tar-laax. Because of your outstanding weaponry prowess, we've been promoted you to Protector. Among other benefits, this increase means cheaper weapon repair and more profitable work assignments. How handy! Because we're about to spend 50 odd gold getting these things fixed. Isn't that convenient? Gotta wait a couple of days, but it's fine. Also, we're totally gonna train some blunt weapon. Good reason for that. Discounts! Would be quite expensive if we didn't have those discounts. Be pretty expensive. Blunt weapon skills improved! Note, raising our blunt weapon does nothing for improving our chances, well, our percentage for leveling. We can sleep here, and thus we can pass the time quite easily. Also, blunt weapon is now 16%. Which is pretty good. Not gonna say no to 50 odd percent one weapon and nearly 20% another. We can do better. We can always do better. If we're tied with our unarmed, we might as well stick with using the weapon. Also, we have another day to burn, so we'll burn it by doing some more training in a bit. We'll spend another 600 gold. Nothing really when we could potentially get some experience. It's all practice. Yep, we can all just practice. Always a good idea to make sure you're combat ready. Also, can we train yet? Yes. Blood weapons, please. Do you need to do quests? You do need to do quests to maintain your guild membership. Our guild membership with some of our guilds is probably atrophied a little bit. Let's see. 54 and 53 were pretty good. That we could stand to do a couple of quests soon. Sleep for 8 hours, 30 seconds casting, sleep for 8 hours. I always don't think that it's sleep. It's more like that you're just, you're actually just, resting and talking to people and doing like random sparring and stuff. It's not always just, oh, they're done. Good. Thank you. We can now equip ourselves with our proper weapons. Ah, that's much better. That's much better. You know what? We should get a quest or two, but not here. I think we're done with quests here. Oh yeah. It's kind of dark. Where are you? Don't know. Yeah, I think somebody wants vengeance. I don't know. I think someone might be a bit mad. I think we might have been warned about this. Dungeons. Well, you know what? This is a good way to deal with this. We're out of here. Let's go back home. To Heather. No, we don't need to loiter. We need to go back home. And in fact, we will spend money to get there super quick. 12 days. It's good to be back in Heather. It's good to be home. Doesn't consider the king. He considered. I don't think he cares. I think he's too busy being dead and angry. I'm just saying, you know, dead and angry is something that he generally is right now. If anybody is new to here, this is where we call home. Heather into Tambu. This is our home. I never find the way into these pubs. Ah, here he is, everyone. There's a reason why I picked this one. Hey, Bosham. Guess what we did? We went and did quests for the Queen of Daggerfall. What did you do, Bosham? You played the drum? Yep, that's right, Bosham. You just played the drum. And so Tar-laax stepped into the cool night air, the door locking behind her, and verily she heard the voice of Lysandros, and then she ran screaming for 12 days. Hey, we took a boat! I was not stuck in a dungeon for 3 days. It's like, well, I did the quest. I'm having a good day, Authority. Voice is a little bit hoarse, but Bosham is actually the king of Daggerfall, so you inadvertently aided him. All according to plan. Oh dear, the Argonian's packet has started to brag to himself by his achievements. I swear, I'll slam my drum in her face. Also, let's get a room. One day. And some cheese. And you know what that means? More healing! And And then we'll go do a couple of quests. A couple of random quests. Oh, it's still dark? It is. Well, better head to the Fighters Guild and loiter for about 6 hours. All that screaming can leave an adventurer mighty fatigued. Also, there is the blue pixels on my horse. Can't see them now. No, not more healing. We're just gonna loiter now for 7 hours. Hello? So, would you like to try that again? I don't think you should have. Right, let's try that again, shall we? Someone tried to kill us. Now they're dead. And now. How did you try stick on small tornado of blades? Fails. Yeah. Not surprisingly, you failed. And I have saved, thank you. Howdy, Tar-laax. Got a few days for... Nope, no giant killing for me. No. Not fighting a Daedroth. Ah, I am Croctor. I have a relatively menial job. Actually, some members prefer these jobs because they pay just as well as the more difficult ones. A house here in town is infested by giant rodents. Sure, the Mooresmith residents. Off we doodle. Pointless quest slaying things because it pays a ton of money. Also, because we're here and we haven't done this during the day... Here they are, everyone. There they are. It's the kitties. 2 of them. Yes, indeed. Meow. And there they meow. So happy, so merry. Scheming, plotting. I'm sorry, cats. I must leave you now. You understand, right? Where is someone who can help me find this house? Ah! Here, people. Please tell me where the Mooresmith's residence is. Fine. Be rude. Oh! Thank you. It's down to the south. Also, there is the, used equipment there. Might want to do stuff there. What loot do the cats have on them? Nothing. You can't interact with them. They are, literally static NPCs that you can't talk to. Also, I wish to sell things to you. Lots of things. Miscellaneous items in the wagon. Sell this dagger, sell that. 2,000. Sell that and sell that. Sell that as well. And that. 9. Also magic stuff. We have a fair amount of that. Actually, let's check this while we're here. You never know. There might be something cool. There's a picture. Not something really cool, though. Oh, you don't really have cool stuff. Do I have more holy books in my equipment? I may do. Oh, I do! That's to make some more money. Silly me. There we go. Oh, we also don't need that. Or that. There we go. All good. Right. Also, Let's remove that and put that there. So we only have King Edward Part 3 in our bags. Long-time YouTube viewer, happy to catch you on stream. Well, glad you could be here. Please buy something, Tar-laax. All everybody does is sell me things. I am poor. Hey, somehow you managed to make money. So how much money are we currently holding? Oh, 7,000. We should probably sort that by going to the wagon and removing some gold. Like 5,000. There we go. You might be holding on to a letter of credit too. No, I'm not. I don't have any letters of credit. What if Tar-laax is the only one selling to him, and that's how he keeps his stock up? Well, I haven't sold 90% of the stuff that person has. You faintly hear the sound of several rats. Hello, you. Just gonna look around for some rats. Are they up here? Hey! There's one! Do 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 do. Do 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 ba-dum ba-dum ba-da-do-do-do. That's most of them. The Fighters Guild won't quibble over the rest. Blink dong we're done. And away we go! Quest complete. And it was a silly one. Do you ever get the feeling that we might have been a bit too powerful for that one? Just a bit. But, as they say, it pays exactly the same as all the other quests, and it is still gold. And considering that we're relatively high rank in the guild, it's going to be a fair bit of gold too. And then 1,000 other rats just roam free. Well, it's fine. We killed 4. Savior of the world, still got to pay their bills and do their laundry. That they do. We got 730 gold for that. 730 gold. Every once in a while we get an idiot like this client. Some fool left his back door open and a wild animal got him. He seems rather confused as whether it's a bear or a tiger, but in either case, it wanted to eat him. Go to the Buckingcroft residence in Rackham Manor. Alright, Buckingham residence, Rackham Manor. So, let's go. Rackham Manor. And recklessly foot, camp out, go. We can probably find what we want without asking. Well, that was easy. This is exactly where we need to be. I just need to find the door in. Who may enter? Don't mind the tiger. Actually, do mind the tiger. Please get rid of the tiger for me. Alright. Just gotta find where you put the tiger. Oh, I have it in my loft. Say hi, will you? It's dead. Is the tiger dead? Yes. Alright, bye. So long. We're done. And we are out of here. It's too late to go in, isn't it? Yes. Of course it is. Let's loiter. For ages. Still can't go in, eh? A prank gone wrong or a prank gone right? No, probably wrong. It's a lovely day in Tatambu. No great difficulties, eh? Here's a big pile of money. Hey, I just remembered. One of our members just found a map to Ruins of Beartom Hall. Don't kill everything in one day. Yay, everyone! We've got a new dungeon, the Ruins of Beartom Hall. I am so happy. It's another dungeon, just like all the others that we can just go to and fight. Let's go there. We're not going there. It's going to be full of enemies, and no. I'm going to train instead. Blunt weapons. There we go. And then rest a bit. And then we're going to go do a Mage Quest. If that is, it's open. Oh, it might not be. We might have to rush. Amazing. Let's just... Oh, it's a long way away. But we might make it. Look how excited I am, Guildmaster. Yeah. I think I just give them away. It's like, you lost the raffle. Have this dungeon. Also, it's the long mage... The long mage guild. Super long. Can we go in? Please, please, please. Yay! We made it in time! Hello. Noble Should See has sponsored the guild in... I don't want to do that. Then again, it's only 826... It's 826 gold. You know what? Yes. Very good. Now, the courier said that we wouldn't have any spell but sleep. Given our previous experience, we need to go to the Masterford residence in Old Cortese Farm. Okay. Old Cortese Farm, everyone. The training gives me a chance at raising my experience. My skill, that is. Old Cortese Farm. One day? Sure. You have a warhammer that can put them to sleep? I'd rather not. Also, you know, folks, I may have to ask people to find out where the place I need to go is. It's difficult, but I may have to ask somebody. Hey! Does anyone know where the place is? I don't know. It's in the pond? Alright. Off we go. Going to the pond. You lied to me. I mean, this building or this building? To be fair, there's literally only one building. So it's not you. It's somebody else. There'll be one other person somewhere. Not there. Not here. Not there. Ah! Random person here, just going... Just stood there, frozen. It's a guard, everyone! Do not worry, we will help you. We actually won't help you because we don't have the mana. Hang on. I'll be back. Oh, it's illegal to camp in or near a city. Because this is totally a city, everyone. It's alright. Now that we're here... Can I camp here? Yes, here is fine. Okay? So here's the thing, alright? Okay. Not in a city. In a city. Not in a city. In a city. Not illegal to camp out. Illegal to camp out. It counts city as any settled area that's like an actual town. See, look! There are people walking around. There are now about 50 people walking around. You know, just as a joke, where's the Masterford residence? You're not going to tell me where the Masterford residence is. It's right there, and you're not going to tell me where it is. You, sir? You are very rude. But it's okay, I don't need to deal with you. I can just go and cast Sleep on the guard. Who's over here? Shitsi falls into a profound sleep, still on her feet. That's the game going, hey, you totally did it. Also, I may have cast Sleep on myself. Or rather on nothing, because the game does that. It's like, you haven't actually cast it, even though you cast it. Right, I need to move far enough away so that I'm not in the town anymore. So you'll note, none of these people are leaving the boundary of the town. So I'm just going to rest here for a bit. Either way, somebody wants... Hi! I think I may have saved you all from a terrible threat. But there we go. Just save them from the spider. I saved the city! That I did. I hear that Shidzi dropped into a sublime torpor sense right on her feet. I do hope she wakes before the next new life. As for you, my fine Argonian, you have earned a huge pile of money. More quests, please. No. Sure. We need to go to... Who am I? A local merchant. Crouch. Alright, where is Crouch? No, that's bad. Location... It'll tell me where in the quest log. Right. Where is people? Ah, there we go. Ah, Lord Uthan's used equipment. Alright. It's right over here. Let's walk.
Mayhem. Yippee!
And the Silverfall just subscribed. Welcome. Welcome to my stream. Glad to have you here. So very generous of you to subscribe. It's the guy I've been selling stuff to all this time. Well, somebody else there. If I go in, there'll be another person as well. There he is. The Mage's Guild sent you. Very good. I knew my old friend Corpora wouldn't let me down. Here's the box. I hope you have some idea how to open it. I'm at my wit's end. Hang on. I may have done a silly. I'm gonna go to the pub for a while, and I'll be back. You! I wish for a room. 4 gold.
A treasure
Great.
chest full of riches, and it's all mine. I mean,
Oh no!
ours.
Time for Tar-laax today. We'll see past you in all the VOD though. Oh, I'm sorry, Datacroy, but thank you very much for the bits. That is very, very generous of you, as always. You're all so generous. Now let's go back and hope the game will actually let me in. Can you open this chest for me? Sure, let me go to the pub first. I mean, it'll work. Alright, now I can open it. You hear the lock click as you cast open on the chest. Inside is a wand inscribed, "To Lorpam on your 110th birthday. Use it for a preview of your 120th birthday." Tell Corpora I appreciate her sending you to help, I guess. Of course, if I'd have known what was inside, I might not have been so eager to open it. Hey, that wasn't bad. We did it, though! And I bet it's too late to go into the guild. Better than a box of nothing, that's true. Sometimes they can have imps in them. Can we go in? I really want to get out of the rain. Hey! Eh? What do you want? Oh yes, the trick box. I trust it didn't give you any difficulty. Little good publicity for the Mages Guild and all that rot. Jolly good. What's our thing with the guilds now? It is 64 and 63. I dare say we may have gained a fair amount of XP there. That is not bad, as they would say. Not bad. How about a box full of dragons? I'd much rather not. It's just all silly. It's all silly. Another small quest? Alright. No. 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 We don't have that spell. We're not going to do that again. We could go kill a wizard. Who feels like killing a wizard? Or at least starting to kill a wizard? The people of Tatambu have been demanding that the Mages Guild take care of a mad wizard who's been terrorizing the land. Yeah, let's hack him to pieces. The laboratory, the Gathan Academy, for 25 days. Alright. First we'll go to the lucky dog. Hey, we're dealing with a threat to all of Tatambu. That wizard is going to kill everyone. Also, I can't find the way in. There it is. Found it. Hello, Bosham. You here too? Tap at his toe. Let's eat some cheese. Get a room. If I was a knight, this wouldn't be a problem. Did I get a room? You know what, I'll get a room for another day. Why not? Doesn't hurt. Who made him mad? I think it's more mad as in... he is, not stable. Anchor. We need to go to the Gathan Academy. Let's get all these on here. Ooh, that's a long way away. It's a long way away. We want to go recklessly. One day Bosham will just look straight at Tark's eyes and say, I've killed all the dragons all of Tamriel. What did you do, Tar-laax? Also floating trees. Green haze burns my eyes. Do I have to despair my eyes? Good start. Carefully does it, Tar-laax. Enemies? Nope. Nope! Probably because undead. Oh boy! We love undead. We hate undead. Game loves giving us undead-filled dungeons. This time, however... Oh! Not all undead, though. There's a sorcerer. We have a few magic items we haven't identified. That's a magic ring. That could be very interesting. Magic rings are good news. There's money. Yeah, I like to keep magic items, though. You never know when they might be useful. You know what? The 2 ring is better than the 1 ring, and that's a reference only some people will get, but all people will groan at. It does, but I don't have the identify spell. It's not currently coded to work properly, so I've decided not to take it for now. Oh, it's this area. You know, I'm starting to become like Grimmeth, recognizing areas and going, oh, it's here. Yep, oh boy, this module. Yeah, he has just a way of saying it. The reluctant sage of Daggerfall as he is. Loads of undead everywhere. And rooms full of terrible things. The backup sage. I don't even pretend to be a vague sage. I know very little about this game. A lot of it I'm learning as I go along. Hi. We're gonna have a problem, aren't we? Yep. Hey. Suppose they have a chance to fail. Yeah, that's an error. I'm sure they'll fix it eventually. I hope they do. Until then, I'll just use the identify person. Hey. There we go. Was it worth it? No. Is it ever worth it? Usually not. Oh, great. Oh, way up. We'll check this out quickly. Come on. There we go. Hello? Anyone here? I'm looking around for people that need to be slain. You're a zombie. You don't... Well, you're going to be slain, but you're not who I'm looking for. The already slain do not count. I mean, to be fair, I had to slay them again. Oh, this just leads over to here. Alright. Let's actually go over that pit. That was not over the pit, me. There we go. Oh boy! My favorite room! He lied. I mean, it has 100 gold in it. And you? That was a little startling. I wasn't anticipating you. To be fair, I should always anticipate zombies. And a small pile of nothing. A sunbush! It's not a bad word for it. So that's the way I want to go now. Hup. Does this game need a chain gun? No, I think it's fine as it is. It doesn't need a chain gun. I mean, I already have a weapon that attacks with 100 speed. What's the other way, then? Every game needs a chain gun. Not every game does. Sometimes it just, you know, ruins the mood. That's a big pile of not going that way right now. I don't want a bow. I don't have any skill in it. Oh, hi. It's a welcoming committee. I see a second zombie there. In the distance. Oh! And a third. This is a little awkward. However... Ow! That's why I have that spell. Can confirm, they still hit like trucks. Yeah, they do. They still hit like trucks. This does not shock me. That's going to lead around to there. The other just loops around, which is fine. There's a secret door. No, it's not so secret. Ah, a door of nothing. Okay, but there is a pit. And a way up. How has been... I think you're referring to Daggerfall, and if that's the case, I've been enjoying it. Oh, there we go. That's okay, but yeah, I've been enjoying it. I saw something there. Had Shadow run on the way. Oh, fair enough. This leads to a new area. Explore a module thoroughly before you decide to venture off into new areas. You never know where your quest location could be. Like that hole in the ground. Not a fan of this hole in the ground. But here we go. Zombies! Another 3 zombies. Does not surprise me. Still hurt really hard though. A little concerned about you. That was probably... Oh! Well, we're on 50p's worth of hit points. And there are enemies nearby, so we cannot rest. Can rest here though, apparently. Hi! It's an ice atronach. They deal less damage than the actual enemies we're currently fighting normally. Okay, that's a no. We're not going down there. I mean, zombies aren't great, but I'm not exploring the sewer module. More down. We'll lead over to here. You don't want sewer zombies? Funnily enough, when asked if I wanted... Hello. Well, normal battle mage, not who we're looking for. They do, however, have a pig. Say hi to the pig, everyone. If anyone's curious, I am level 6 right now, and I am 53% of the way to level 7. It may betray me, that's very true. If its morale goes down enough. It may decide to attack me, but I think I'll be alright. Or will I?
Mayhem! Yippee!
And Mio365 there with a subscription. 9 months. Thank you very much. That is so very generous of you. Thank you. Let's go over here. Oh! Zombie in a closet. You know as you do. I've been poisoned! This is unfortunate. So, what do we have in our inventory that can deal with poison? Orc strength, shadow form, chameleon form, Purification, I want to keep that. We have a spell that can maybe deal with this. Cure poison. Oh, that worked. We're healthy. And that's why I have the spell. It probably works quite well now, considering that I am so high level. Our focus on restoration is very helpful. Oh, focus is one thing. It's one of our primary skills, and we have 51% in it. Oh, hi. That hurt. Could you not blast me with a bajillion spell? No? It's very rude. Now I'm going to have to cast Regeneration on myself and heal all this back. Hi, zombie. Good thing I just cast Regeneration on myself. Otherwise, fighting you would be awkward. No, we're going to work on it. We're always working on our restoration, to be fair. I think it needs to be, what, 80%, I think, to get the final promotion? We'll get there. Nothing? Hi. Sorcerer. Attacked me only in melee. No one. No one. Battle Mage. With another... nothing really cool there. I don't think they track mana. So I'm not sure that's something they ever have to worry about. This brought me back in a huge, huge circle. Oh, there's areas down there I want to go to. There's an area over there I want to go to. Yes. They'll appear eventually. But maybe not in this stream, because we are getting close to time. We are getting close to time, but I will keep exploring for a little bit more. We might get lucky. Alternatively, it might be a tune in next time thing. Big circle. Oh, hi! That zombie was a bit disorientated. It's okay, though. You can be disorientated. Just please be disorientated over there. Could find them within 2 minutes. Sometimes that's the way it goes. Other times it's not. The world is strange that way. That leads round to there. Loot. Okay, all that for loot. There's a way that way we haven't gone. Sometimes that's the way. I won't know until I've explored this place. More stairs leading down. Even more stairs. More zombies. Well, there was one. I'm with a fair few things. I'll take that to sell. God, this dungeon is big. It's very large. Very disorientating. But slowly I'm exploring it. Slowly we're getting closer. We are eliminating places where this person can be. Also, there's some bamboo. It's exciting! The bamboo is so exciting. Bamboo is not exciting. Sounds like I'm lost. Nah, I know exactly where I am. I'm in a dungeon. Into Tambu. So long as I know I'm into Tambu, I know I am not lost. I'm in Daggerfall, exactly. Actually, I'm into Tambu. I'm not in Daggerfall. I'm in the Iliac Bay. There is a distinction. This map, by the way, is not being my friend. It is not being my friend. Where haven't I been? I think I've been everywhere on this in this area. Haven't been down there. Right, down there. How do I get to down there? That's an interesting question. Okay, the stairway behind me, to the south. You're in a maze of twisty passages, all alike. This is not the way I was meant to go. This is not the way I was meant to go. This way? Yes! Down here. There's also that way I haven't been as well. Just down there. This way first. Maze confusing and confuzzling. Disorientating, bamboozling. Also, Kiko gets lost in it. It could happen to the best of us. Oh, new module. No, thank you. That's an enemy sound I haven't heard before. Oh! Greetings. Random enemy there. This is a way I haven't been. Nearly into an interesting place, though. We're almost there, folks. I don't know where the there is, but we are almost there. Greetings, bleh. Is this a new module? Does this just lead to a new module? It just led me back to where I already was. Yep. So this just leads back to here. Okay. So back we go. And all the way back down. Methodically we explore. Methodically we don't find anything. But we could find things though. We could find our way forward. So that's the new area. What about up here? It's a long, windy path that we've not been down yet. Hey! That's rude. Steel, steel, steel. Nothing cool there. This is all new. Hey, I'm a pretty good it's true. Get the cartography skill absolutely free. Nothing here. What about the... oh, actually, before I say that, yeah, definitely nothing there. Also, there's a way down there I haven't yet been. God, there's so many ways I've not yet been. I have to kill a magician. That's my objective. Kill a magician. Downside, we need to find said magician before we can kill said magician. There they are! You have slain Fakrum, the mad wizard of the academy. Hurrah! Hooray, hooroo! The wizard is gone. They were hiding in here all along. Now we rest and heal our wounds and loiter for a while. No, we don't loiter. We get out of here immediately. With a whip, we are here in Heather. It is 5. Let us head to the Mages Guild, report on our success. I didn't check if they had loot on them. Ah well. Too late now, we're gone. Too late, we are gone. Maz Wizard got mad by getting lost in the dungeon. I mean, I could believe that. Once again, you astonish me with your skill and efficiency, Tar-laax. An excellent job. Here is the saber. It's an iron saber. It's also entirely non-magical. You know what we're going to do before we end? We're going to go and get all this stuff identified. It's very important we do. Let's get some stuff identified. This and this. What are these? Let's take them back. And first have a look at these. These are... you say it's useless. It's an Iron Saber of Oblivion. And this is a Ring of Nimbleness. Okay, Ring of Nimbleness I think is a bit redundant, considering I think Nimbleness improves our speed, and we have maximum speed. Like literally maximum speed. So I don't think that's something we're really going to be doing very much with. Nimbleness is for agility. Oh, that could be intriguing. We have more things that we can identify, though. This, that, this. What are all these? Steel Staff of Magicka. It absorbs spells. A Short Shirt of Shocking, which casts when you use shock, and a Steel Broadsword of Paralysis. Okay, all fairly humdrum. Let us put these in the wagon. We'll keep them all, but we'll put them in the wagon. The Short Shirt of Shocking. Also train me. Restoration, please. You're already far more skilled than I, magician. Oh, looks like we can't get any training in that. Fine, destruction it is then. We are already more skilled than the trainer, so that's good. And I think being here, waiting for more quests, is a good time to end. Good time to end. We have made some good headway. We did lots of nice quests, some plot quests as well, and we've gained a lot of cool stuff. Was there a picture of... Yep, you can check Twitter. I'm pretty sure I retweeted it. Thanks for the stream. Jolly romp once again. Fun and fun. Didn't die the... I don't think we did die the entire stream. Also, we are now 73% of the way towards level 7. Right on time. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired too. There are a few things I want to mention, of course, before we end the stream, as always. First, I need to thank you all for being here, because it was great to have you all here. Second, there are a few things to point out. First off, my serialized story, The Threnody of Dusseldom, which you can check by, thank you very much, Cav, by going to that website right there and giving it a read. 23 chapters are up. I'm working on chapter 24 this week. And thank you, Mr. Dark. There's also my Discord, where you can go and talk about everything that I do. You can talk about my, thank you, Cav. You can talk about my streams, my writing, you can talk about my Let's Plays, you can talk about rocks. We have quite a lot of streams that have rocks in them, quite a lot of Let's Plays too, so rocks are always a thing. And then there is my Patreon, where you can pledge to support me in doing what I do. My Patreon, thank you very much, Cav. All of the people that pledge really do make what I do possible. Would not be able to do it all without their assistance. Like my computer was built thanks to Patreon, and all sorts of other things have been made possible with their assistance. And though there is nothing hidden behind paywalls, because I started off with everything being free for everyone to look at and watch, and I intend to keep it that way, you do not only get my deep, sincere gratitude knowing that you make what I do possible, you also get a different coloured name on Discord just to show that you pledge on Patreon to support me. Speaking of supporting what I do, one of the things I do is YouTube. Doing it for over 12 and a half years, 7,000 plus videos, nearly 300 playlists. And yeah, I've been doing that a long time. Oh, a long time. Also, am I still streaming tomorrow? That's the plan, 2 PM BST for Animal Crossing New Horizons. That is something I do need to mention. That is happening tomorrow. The first Animal Crossing New Horizons stream, using all of the stuff that I was able to buy from all the generous donations towards that. We'll be setting up Hillsfar. That's 9 AM for me. Well, it's the only time I can really do that, I'm afraid. Time constraints are a thing that they are, and I can't really stream in the evening on Tuesdays and Thursdays and everything. And finally, there is my Twitter, where you will get announcements concerning all of the Twitter, content warning, Animal Crossing New Horizons. That is true. There is a lot of Animal Crossing New Horizons there from my non-Stream Island avatars. There are also various announcements and all sorts of other stuff. Follow it. I may say something that you actually like. What YouTube channel? No! Exactly. And finally, I need to thank all of you, because without all of you, none of what I'm doing here would be possible. It would just be me talking to myself, and you make my streams and my YouTube content and everything what it is. You really do. Like, seriously, you do. Without you, it would just be me. A time zone, British Standard Time, BST. So right now, for comparison, it is 14 minutes to 10 in the evening. So it's pretty late here. And so, whether it be morning, afternoon, or evening, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope you achieve whatever you set out to do, because you're all awesome. You all rock. You really, really do. And when we come back on tomorrow, 2 PM BST, Animal Crossing New Horizons stream. Wednesday, 7 PM BST is Guild of Dungeoneering. Thursday will be Animal Crossing, same time as on Tuesday. Friday, 6:30 will be the Death Road to Canada stream, and there will be the VOD for this going up on Wednesday, not to mention there will also be all of my YouTube videos in between. Busy, but that is how it is. Oh, always busy. That's a lot of streaming. We'll see how it goes. I will keep tabs on it. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. Also, stay tuned for imminent raid after this, so don't go away. We'll be raiding someone. Catch you later, everyone. Oh, thank you very much, Eshkatar. I am enjoying doing it. The Black Mesa, it'll be very fun. And so, I'll catch you next time, as I say. Take it easy, everyone. Later.